when you begin to understand that your source has preceded you to all of the places that you want to be and is calling you, and that if you are feeling improved emotion, if you are consistently feeling relief from the thoughts that you are thinking, if you're beginning to feel hopeful and believing and joyful, you're on track. You've quantified your journey. You are being guided by source, who not only knows where you want to be, but is already there calling you forward to it. You have such a hard time accepting that if it feels good, it is. Because others have said to you, I know this feels good to you, and that makes me suspicious. I don't think you should do what feels good to you. Instead, I think you should do what feels good to me. And you say, and what's in it for me? And they say, in the beginning, food and lodging. The things that matter most to you are contingent upon you pleasing me. Now, no one comes right out and says it. Well, some of them do. You go to school, and that's what your teacher says. I will make your life a living hell unless you do everything in your power to please me, which means you must set aside everything that is important to you and just follow the things that I say. Now, we are exaggerating this not at all. Because most of you have learned to live very conditional lives. Most of you have come to believe that when this condition makes you feel good and that condition makes you feel bad, so you do everything you can to affect the conditions, and in doing so you lose complete sight of your own guidance system. You learn to endure emotions that don't feel so good because somebody else is saying, that's it, that's the way, that's the way, that's the way, that's the way, that's it. They say, that's it, get in the boat, that's right, now turn it upstream, that's what we all do. Now get hold of those oars, that's right. Now look in opposite direction of everything that you want. Yes, that's the way. There, now paddle. Yes, now paddle. Now see, there. Now I know it's hard in the beginning. I know it's really hard, and I know it feels unnatural to you, but just keep doing it and look at all the others. Look at everybody else. See how everybody else is trying to go that way? I know the stream keeps carrying them that way. I know it seems impossible to buck this current, but buck this current, that's what we do. And when you buck this current really, really well, we'll give you a monument. And you say, something feels odd about this. But the longer you hear it, and the more others are doing it, and the more you listen, and the more you want food and lodging, then the more you begin to set aside what feels good to you, and the more you begin to try to make things happen through words and action, rather than through the power of the universe that is all in that current. So the art of allowing is about remembering that the current exists and knowing what it means and knowing by the way you feel whether you're bucking it or going with it, and then doing everything that you can do about letting yourself, your boat, move with the current. It's really not difficult to go with the flow. You just have to stop not going with the flow. In other words, when you stop doing that thing you do that gets you turned around and going that way, the current will naturally take you. When you go to sleep, the current takes you. You wake up and you get going again. When you meditate, the current takes you. Because when you stop thought, you stop resistant thought. And when you stop resistant thought, you go with the flow. When you're basking, you're with the current. When you're appreciating, you're with the current. Oh, when you're feeling like that, you're really going